Hello everyone, I welcome you all in this video. In earlier video, we have learnt about primary, secondary and the tertiary landforms, three types of weathering: mechanical, chemical and biological weathering. Five reasons which are responsible for the mechanical weathering, including temperature, frost, pressure and water. Even how this mechanical weathering in the disintegration, exfoliation, shattering we have seen. Today we are going to learn that is second number type of weathering and third number chemical weathering, biological weathering and other scientific terms also we are going to study here, which are responsible or the reasons of the rocks disintegration or the weathering of the rocks in the specific region. So students, first number, at the beginning one activity is given, these two activities are given. One, take a glass of water and put a piece of chalk in it. On the next day, observe what has happened to it and answer the following questions. Yes, question number one, did the color of the water change? Yes, little bit. You will see that water color change, not like a totally. What happens to the chalk? Chalk that is dissolved in the water and which was in the solid state that forms in the powdery and settle at the bottom as a sediment one. These changes commonly you will observe here. Next, see second number activity. Wrap few iron nails in a wet cloth. Open the cloth after 2 days and observe what happens and answer the questions which are asked here. See, are there any stain on the cloth? Yes, like as you will see some changes. Which one, suppose you have taken the white color, then it will get some spots on that one. Which color are there? Yes, a reddish yellow or the dark brown color and many other colors also will be seen. And what could be the reason for that one stain? Yes, there is a chemical process. Okay, through these two activities we'll go ahead through the geographical explanation. Water plays an important role in the chemical weathering. Don't forget, water plays an important role in the chemical weathering. Rock is a mixture of many minerals. Iron, gold, copper, such type of minerals are part of rock. Water is a universal solvent. Number of things dissolve in water, so it is called the universal solvent. Many things get dissolved easily in water. The solubility increases because the matter has dissolved in water. Matter has dissolved in water, ability to dissolve in water, and those materials which do not dissolve easily in water get dissolved in such solutions, but it takes time. Certain chemicals where the material get dissolved in areas that receive the heavy rainfall, chemical weathering occur in the following way. Which are the following ways? 1, 2, 3 we are going to study, but terms, scientific terms you have to remember for the chemical weathering. First, number one, carbonation. How that carbonation occurs? See, the rainwater travels through the atmosphere before reaching the ground, and carbon dioxide in the air gets mixed in the water in this process. Yes, water react with the carbon dioxide. Dilute carbonic acid gets formed when this water and the carbon dioxide chemically react each other. Then dilute carbonic acid form and the material like limestone get easily dissolved in such acids. For better understanding, here the chemical equation is given in the word, that is water plus carbon dioxide, which gives rise carbonic acid, and the chemical equation, that is H2O plus CO2. Yes, water plus carbon dioxide and carbonic acid forms that H2CO3. H2CO3. So the dilute carbonic acid get formed and the carbonation concept complete here. It takes time as well as in a few hours also get complete. Second, number one, solution. It is also part of the chemical weathering. Some minerals in the rock get dissolved in water easily or taking time. Limestone is a form due to the chemical precipitation. Okay, chemical precipitation between water and alkalis. For example, at the Vadgaon Darya in Ahmednagar district. Don't forget the location where the chemical weathering is a common. Limestone get precipitated chemically, that is undergoes chemical weathering again, and similarly because of the solution Alkalis in the rock dissolve and make them brittle. Here figure is given. The stalactites in the Vadgaon Darya, Ahmednagar is shown. Stalactites means like as a forming pillar from the upward to downward. See clearly in that figure. Third number one, oxidation. These processes occur in the rocks which have iron present in them. Oxidation, reaction with the oxygen of the different minerals, especially iron. Iron in the rock comes in the contact with the water and chemical reaction take place between iron and oxygen. Remember activity number 2 with the nails what happened. Hence a reddish colored layer forms on the rocks and this is called a rust. Oh, rusting process get complete here when the iron react with the water means that is oxygen. And when you keep nails in the wet cloth you must have noticed a similar thing. And the similar processes occur in the rocks in areas with high rainfall, especially coastal region or the equatorial and the tropical region. There are many more processes involved in the chemical weathering besides the ones mentioned above. Okay, that is oxidation. And daily life examples include moistening of table salt in a rainy season or the apple slice turning brown. This is because of the oxidation. And third number type of weathering, that is the biological weathering. Here besides the mechanical and the chemical weathering, biological factors are also responsible for weathering of rocks. What include in the biological factors? See, have you visited any fort? Those who have visited remember and bring the scene in front of your eyes. Have you seen trees growing on their minarets? Yes, maximum places have seen that. And you also must have seen pieces of the rocks getting separated because of the roots of the trees. Growing of the trees, the rocks are totally broken into many pieces. As the roots grow bigger, they create tension in the rocks and start breaking them. For better understanding, see figure number 3.8. See here, the figure through will understand biological weathering. Ants make large ant hills. Somewhere you have seen in the surrounding. Rats, mice, rabbits and other worms and insects make burrows in the ground. And these animals are called burrowing animals. Which one? Rats, mice, rabbits and ants. And because of these their activity, weathering of the rock occur. Yes, the occurring the cracks as well as making the rocks a brittle one. Beside these, algae, moss, lichens, other flora etc. grow in the rocks and they also help in the weathering. Yes, for the better understanding, see figure number 3.9. There you will understand. See students, after that one more concept, mass moments, mass wasting. Okay, mass wasting. The weathered rock materials start moving along the slopes due to gravity and accumulate near the foothills or the gentler slope. Yes, a steep slope or the gentle slope, earlier we have studied that, and this process has been happening for years. It takes time, and the weathered particles from a conical heap at the foothills. When these weathered particles move down due to the gravity alone, the process is called mass movement. Yes, mass movement. Here you will understand one term, mass movement. And mass movements occur in two ways. It is rapid on the steeper slopes while it is slower on the gentle slope. Rapid, steeper slope and the slower to the gentler slope. Two types of that. And out of that, first we'll see rapid mass movements. Yes, what includes in that? Rock falls, landslides, land subsidence. Land subsidence occurs rapidly. Their effects are very destructive because of the life of loss and the property can occur due to the rapid mass movements. Those who live in the mountainous region or the hilly areas. The probability of these events is more in the regions having humid climates and the steeper slopes, as a thick layer of the weathered material forms on the slope, and when it rains in such areas, the rainwater penetrates the weathered materials and their weight increases. And as you know that when weight increases, immediately that drops down according to the slope or according to the gravity, and the weathered material move very rapidly and come down the slope because of the water, rainwater, and that is the mudslide at the Malin village of Pune is an excellent example. Okay, example. Next, rapid mass movements. Sometimes the weathered material do not move downward but sink. but sink in situ where they are on that original place, but that is sink, and this is called slumping. Go through the figure, see here is given, and slumping occur, that is figure number 3.10. Such a rapid mass movements may also occur because of the earthquake. Yes, it is responsible because of the earthquake. Slower mass movement, second type of mass movement, slower mass movements in areas with the dry climates where the less rainfall and the gentler slope. Mass movements occur slowly. Soil creep is a common phenomenon in such areas. Soil creep in the periglacial regions along the slopes, small layers of the soil accumulate because of the movement of slide. Yes, and this is called the solifluction. Figure number 3.13c, 3.13 solifluction is shown, 3.12 a landslide, and 3.11 rockfall. Okay, the mass movements or the slower mass movements, yes, we have studied here. Understood? See, the mass movements are the two types of the one rapid and the second as a slower one, and other terms also we have discussed here. Next one, which is given erosion. Like weathering and the mass movements, erosion is also an external process. Erosion occurs through the various agents of the erosion. Yes, we are going to study in the next Mr. two topics. Agents of the erosions are wind as a agent of erosion, running water, that is river water, glaciers, sea water, and groundwater. These are the 5 agents of the erosion which bring changes on the earth surface and gives rise to the different landforms, like which already are formed, that is cut as well as separate, and the new landforms occur. Erosion, agents of the erosion, that is erosional work, transportational work, and the depositional work we are going to study in the next chapter. The next chapter or next lesson we are going to study deeply, but don't forget the agents of the erosion: wind, running water, glacier, sea water, and the groundwater cause erosion. So students, today we have learned, that is the second number weathering, type of the weathering, chemical weathering, third number one the biological weathering, and mass movements, how that occur, what is meant by mass movement, and the two types of the mass movement including the rapid one and the slower mass movements we have studied here. Hope that these points you have understood well. Otherwise read topics, go through the Mr. topic, go through the figures which are shown here. And after this lesson you will get exercise for solving in the PDF form that will be on the Google Classroom. You have to download that, you have to write in a geography notebook and learn exercise question and answers according to your point which you have written there. So students, today we'll stop here, we'll meet in a next lesson soon. We'll pray to God, we'll meet immediately or coming in some days. So take care yourself, take care of your family members. Thank you. Jai Hind.